All right, everyone, let's cut into it. Let's get right to it. T-Mobile. We have this update here. Let's talk about this. The T-Life app, I think personally, the idea behind this was good. If you really look at it from a customer standpoint, the idea behind the app, combining the original T-Mobile app along with the T-Mobile Tuesdays app to make the T-Life app, the idea, the contrast behind it seemed like a good idea at first. We knew that it would be overburdened with spam, advertisements, etc. So that was, of course, from the get-go, something that we had to pay attention to, see whether or not we could tolerate it, etc. But now I feel that it's just come to the point where it's more of an insult than it is a compliment to have customers use this app. The motive behind this app really is to just smut customers with advertisements and to basically force customers to do everything on their own without the assistance of reps. So basically, they're just doing what Verizon did, essentially trying to eliminate branches, except they're being sneakier about it, right? Verizon was just straightforward with it, like, let's just get rid of these branches. We'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Customers will figure it out. Everyone will figure it out. T-Mobile is trying to be more slick with it, which I guess, is better for customers. They're kind of training you and preparing you for what they want to do. Not so good for the reps, right? Because they're basically making fools out of the reps. But, this is the modern day. Let's face it. AI is taking over. Most people feel comfortable doing transactions online. They don't want to go into a store anyway. A lot of people don't feel like they're getting the help they need in person anyway. But there are a few select people that want that need that gravitate towards that. And personally, if you're on postpaid and you're paying a lot of money, you should have that, because that was part of the perks of being a postpaid customer, that face-to-face interaction. Nonetheless, I mean, that's pretty much something that will be obsolete in the next coming years for sure. It's just where it's going, unless somehow there's just a change in how people react to doing business again. They let's just say they want to start going back in, but it's unlikely. So what's happening here is T-Mobile reps are pretty much, when you go into a store, you need help with a transaction, you need help with a phone or whatever it is, they're asking to view your phone screen during transactions. But the odd thing about it is that they want to do this remotely. So even though you're in the store, they need to remote into your account in order to do it. So they don't want to look at your phone face to face. They want to remote in. And this is apparently going to be done whenever handling upgrades, adding lines, making in-store orders, setting up new accounts. They want to remote in. They want to, I guess, look around at your information. I'm not even sure what everything they need on your phone is. Maybe it's a way for them to kind of get access to the account. They're saying the screen sharing is limited to the T-Life app only, so they won't be able to do anything else. They're saying employees will not be able to see sensitive information like payment details. They're saying you can, of course, decline the request if they try to remote in. They're saying, but I guess these reps are going to be pesty with this. They're being forced to by T-Mobile to ask. So even the article says that this is definitely part of T-Mobile's broader strategy to train customers on handling transactions themselves through the T-Life app. We've talked about this before. T-Mobile has aggressively been pushing self-service options for quite some time now, especially with the launch of T-Life app. The motive behind it, I did that video when I first talked about the T-Life app on this channel. When we talked about it, we talked about the motive behind it and how it's kind of more that it's more of an inconvenience than it is, a reward for you, right? They try to polish this app off like it's something hot and heavy and it's a benefit for you, when it's really for many inconvenient. There are some people that like it. They're self-goers, they're self-motivators, and they do everything by themselves. But the idea is still clear. Like, make no mistake about it, whether or not you can tolerate the app or like it, they really do want you to do everything. And if you're cool with that, then you're cool with that. But I think you're going to find a lot of customers are going to get even more annoyed by that. Just imagine like someone who, is just coming in for assistance, right, with something, and they're being forced basically you're in the store and you're being told to take out your phone and follow me because I'm going to train you how to do this yourself. Your mentality is, it's just going to be like, well, what am I doing here? Why did I come here? What is the purpose of you? And well, I guess that's what T-Mobile wants you to think. What is the purpose of the rep, right? They don't really want you to have the rep. The purpose of the rep now is to maybe sell products to you, but mostly train you how to do everything yourself so that they'll be out of a job soon enough. It's just crazy how this carrier is thinking. But nonetheless, they're all doing it, right? So each company has its way of doing it, though. That's what's funny about it, right? So they all have the same goal in common: save money, eliminate employees, eliminate branches, and just basically have self-service, be an online presence. This is where we're heading. Modern technology, AI, taking things over. And for some, listen, I do I'd say 95% of my stuff online, right? I don't really go into a carrier store unless I absolutely have to, because I don't need to. Like, I know how to work the sites. I know how to work all the information. I know how to work all the apps. Like, I'm not new to this. I've been doing this for quite some time, right? Using these apps, and ever since we had smartphones. But there are some people that still want that face-to-face interaction. I mean, I only want it when it's required, when it's necessary. If there's something that I can't get done or online or over the phone, I do like that peace of mind knowing that I can go to a rep, and even if they're not willing to help, you can be pesty and you can kind of force them to help, because when you're face-to-face, they kind of have no choice, right? They don't want you going to their manager. They don't want you to complain. So they'll pretend to be nice and they'll do their job. They'll give you a dirty look. They'll be lazy about it, move like a snail when it comes to doing something, but they'll do it. And if they make a mistake, you can go back in, and it's inconvenient and annoying, but it can be done online, over the phone. Especially with these calls that are overseas, how many people have the exact same first name, right? So, yeah, that's the problem. But nonetheless, this is where we're at with this whole T-Life app here. So if you go into a store and they tell you that they want to remote into your phone, don't be surprised, don't be shocked. This is why. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.